with Jon Gray, seems like forever ago, but what went into the decision to pull him then?
Well, John developed a little bit of a hot spot on his finger as the game went on. And I just felt that John was getting to the point where the first couple innings, you really saw John making pitches. And then to the critical eye, if you really watch the game and watch the pitches that he's making, they weren't quite as sharp as they were the fourth, fifth, and sixth innings. So that's why we made the change.
The last couple of days, Ian Desmond was giving you some big at-bats in close games at the end. Just to have him today on the bench and to come in and do that with him.
Well, you know, when you talk about veteran players, right? When you talk about Nolan, Murphy, Charlie, Trevor's getting to that. There's an experience factor that goes into having poise and composure in big spots, right? We saw it yesterday in the at-bat with Desi. We saw it with Nolan with the base hit to tie the game. Even the fly ball to right, that was a good at-bat that Nolan had against Sherfy. So with Desi, he's under control. He's composed. He had a good swing on the ball about away from him against Andres. So, that's with veteran players. You don't have to worry about being rattled or being overtaken by the moment.
Buddy mentioned veteran presence. Brian Shaw, his ability to get the guy in third to lead him off the inning, gets 3 ground ball outs.
Right.
Can you just take us through your thoughts on that inning and what he was able to do?
Well, Brian's been, obviously been there before, right? We're talking about a playoff tested, World Series tested pitcher. Didn't let the leadoff triple bother him. Got, choked off some swings against the 2 lefties. Tough at bat against Escobar, pitched around him, pitched him tough. And then with Walker, who had really hit the ball hard the other way twice, 2 line drives, one to center, one to right field. Brian had to make some pitches against that fella because he's Trace. Don't get me wrong, I love the Mountain West, and I'm pulling for Wyoming at times.
Except for once a year, right?
Well, yeah. Well, basketball, football.
Three times.
Yeah. And he made some pitches. He made a pitch, eventually to Walker on the ground ball to Max. So that was a nice job. He kept his poise, kept his composure, and made pitches.
I guess, sorry, maybe overshadowed a little bit by his single up the middle, but how big of a catch was that by Tapia in the
Early in the game, sure. I mean, they were sort of rallying a little bit. They stressed John. We made the pitching change. Hyro got the ground ball comebacker, if you remember, short hop to Mac, made the play. Could have been a double play. Hyro sort of paused. I don't know whether the umpire got in his way. If you guys were watching, probably better question for Hyro. But Mac made a pick on a short hop, and then the little, the soft blooper that we call baseball at times. If that falls, we're probably talking about a different result. But that was a great play by Top. You can't overemphasize what defense means during the course of a game. We've made some good plays today, and that was a great play by Tap.
Would you see on a replay of the Desmond double, or your explanation?
The ground rules are pretty obvious. It has to clear the yellow line. To our eye from the dugout, it looked as though it maybe cleared the yellow, hit the railing behind, and came back. But right away, we checked with Brian Jones, and Jonesy said that's a double. It hit the yellow wall, it hit the yellow line, and came back.
But you've got 3 walk-offs in 4 days here now. Are those things feeding on each other right
Well,
now?
we'll see. I mean, again, I don't think that, you can't discount what we're doing, right? It's, it's real. These are good at-bats late in the game, and everything happens, late in the game, and there's a heightened awareness of every pitch, every at-bat. We had a couple opportunities before and didn't get the big hit. The Diamondbacks had the big inning after the leadoff triple by Dyson, and Brian did a nice job. So, these are good momentum-building things. But again, momentum tomorrow is Antonio Sensatella.
Sung Won Oh, he's obviously struggled a lot recently, and then he came in a critical time, pitched a scoreless inning. How important is that for not only his confidence but your confidence in him?
Well, I know that he's been struggling, but with Sung Won, I think you're talking about a veteran pitcher who's been through it, who's been tested. It was good to see him, make some pitches tonight, but this afternoon, he got Kelly, he got Ahmed. The ball's hit pretty hard. Then he, obviously he wasn't trying to get behind the pitcher 3-0, but he came back and he threw strikes, which he's very capable of doing. You look at his walk rate to innings pitch, it's there. Strikeouts are in a pretty good spot. So it was good to see him today in a very tight spot, get some outs and help us win. I mean, he helped us win today.
My accomplished colleagues asked you before the game if it was okay to look at the standings by Memorial Day. Is it okay to call a series, a homestand, important at this time?
Well, I think this is a homestand that, when you look at the first couple months, we've played some really good teams, and I haven't really looked at it beyond this, but we're going to face good teams as the schedule goes on too. But I think we know that we got through April and May in a spot that we hope to be better, right? And we're not. So I think this series with a division opponent who beat us 2 out of 3 here, is a big one. And we beat their guy today, or we beat their team when he started today. So that's a good sign. So we got to continue, but every game, we can't afford to have too many lapses the next 2/3 of the season. I'll put it that way.
With Tappy, we talked about him a bit this morning. Can you talk about his poise that he's showing in these situations?
Well, he's comfortable now. The last 3 or 4 games, not a lot of hits, right? But the at bats have been okay. He's not showing signs of coming out of who he is. The last at bat he swung at the first pitch, hit a hard grounder in the right spot. We look at it in a lot of different ways. We see his at bats, we see his swings. We hear our conversations with him. Our conversations prior to the game, during the game, after the game, are all indicators of how he's doing, and he's doing fine. So, even though the last couple of days he maybe hasn't had a lot of hits, there's still an approach and there's still a technique to his hitting that we're fine with. So, he's doing fine. We said that this morning.
And just to follow up, the attempt to take a base by McMahon, was that just a totally bad decision or just a bad jump?
Well, probably hesitation got Mac. Right away he didn't go, and then he went. And then usually when you hesitate and don't go and then go, usually ends up as a bad result.